Oh, it's JoJo Heart Attack here, and I have got a video for you. There is so much stuff in this video. It's gonna be crazy. There are multiple DJs in this video. There's a story of a big giant black guy crying his eyes out, and just that's that. There's that. There's stories of jealousy and hatred and pain and loss, and then there's like a lit DJ rave thing, and that's pretty awesome. That's what we're pretty much about here. And then a little bit of basswoods prep stuff. So let's freaking get it. What the actual fuck, bro? Where the fuck? So that right there that you just saw was some awesome footage from the most recent event I attended. It didn't have a name. It was just like a cool freaking DJ rave fest throwdown at this bar that I went to. My buddy Coster played there, so that was pretty cool. A lot of other DJs played there that I didn't necessarily get names for, but I think that they all subscribe to my channel, so hopefully they will put their DJ names and their links up in the comments. Hopefully they do that. Hopefully they do that for y'all's sake. And I just want to say there's kind of a really great thing that I learned from going to this concert, and a great thing that I feel like everybody should know about. A lot of us feel like some people get to go to more events than us, more shows than us, more things like that, just because they have more money and more maybe driving capabilities to go long distances, or more vacation time to go long distances to see shows, and we get jealous about those things. And I feel like we need to try to stay away from that, because if you really enjoy going to shows, if you really enjoy seeing artists, if you really enjoy dubstep or any genre of music, sometimes consider going to cheaper shows, consider going to closer shows, because a lot of these artists are super talented. They just don't have the buzz to be able to afford to charge $100 a ticket. And that's kind of a blessing for us, because we get to experience some of these artists without having to pay a huge amount of money. So I would just like to say thank you for the artists that did the event here in Mason City, just so that I could have the blessing of enjoying a great Saturday night. Huge shout outs to that. And speaking of enjoying smaller events, we have the baby brother. I'm going to call it the baby brother. They're not financially related, but I'm going to call it the baby brother to Lost Lands. We've got ourselves a little bit of basswoods coming up, and I'm going to be going with my homie, the freaking mechanic, the freaking specialist. It's your boy, Michael.
I'm out here at 11:30 fucking wooking it out, dude. I gotta have this pashmina up like this. It's hot as fuck. But, like, I am so ready for baseball. I'm not fucking... I am ready for festival life. No.
Now it's the story time. This is the story about how I got all sad. And, it was ironic because I had a great time at that show. I had an incredible time at that show. But one thing kind of bothered me that I guess it bothered me more after the show, after I got home and I was like contemplating things. And it really did bother me a lot. And it was, I walked up to a lot of the artists, I talked to them, did some networking, got some info from a lot of people. And that was great. However, one thing I noticed was when I would talk to these artists, their like eyes would light up when they heard I had a YouTube channel because they're like trying to get more popular themselves. And they were like, oh shit, let me check it out. Yeah, yeah. And then I would pull it up and I would show them how small it was. And their reaction would be kind of like a little bit less so. Just because I do have a really small channel and they were hoping to get some buzz, and then they're not really going to get a lot of buzz because I have a small channel. And it really like kind of killed me because it made me feel really small as a person. It made me feel like I didn't matter. It made me feel like my YouTube was a waste of time. And that really sucked. And it really got me down in the dumps. And it got me like thinking about like some of my favorite YouTubers and how I wish that I could be doing the numbers that they're doing, and about how I just feel like I deserve more sometimes. And I definitely started crying. I was very drunk. There was a lot of beers. And I got upset for a while. I was getting ready to delete my YouTube channel at one point. And then I watched Wrestling with My Family. And it was really cool because there's this great line in Wrestling with My Family where, spoiler alert, the daughter gets signed with the WWE and the brother doesn't. And when the brother doesn't get signed, he gets kind of upset and he like talks about quitting wrestling for the rest of his life and whatnot. And as the sister's convincing him not to, she says, this is what you want. This is what you love. This is what you care about. And he said, it really doesn't matter what I love or what I care about because I'm not successful at it. And she says, why does it matter how many cheering fans you have? Why does it matter how many people see what you're doing? Why does it matter how loud the crowd's yelling for you? If this is what you want to do with your life, just do it. And I mean, as long as you can survive financially and like just stay healthy and have all the things you want, like just go for it. Go for your dreams, even if they don't pay as much as you might want them to. Like, still chase after it. And that's just a huge shout out to musicians and artists of any kind and other YouTubers that maybe don't have the success that they maybe wanted to have. Because I felt pretty down, and then I realized that this is what I want to do, and it doesn't really matter if I'm super successful at it. It's what I want to do. Doses! Like and subscribe.